Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for The Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, and you can also like The Real Sports Talk on Facebook. Go ahead and do both of those. Back for day 2 of our NBA playoff coverage yesterday. Between the preview videos Friday and yesterday and the coverage videos yesterday, we got a total of 12,000 some odd views. So I'm very happy to report that, and I want to thank everyone who commented, whether it was a positive or a negative comment. I mean, that's the thing. You just got to be there as an outlet for people to vent. When Derrick Rose tears his ACL, you got to give your thoughts, and then the comment section and responding and interacting with other fans, that's what this is all about. And hopefully people continue to tune in, and this show gets even bigger and bigger than it already is. First game of the day was the Spurs and the Jazz, and I believe I took the Spurs to win this in 5. The Spurs were the number 1 seed, and the Jazz, who got in, well, I think they were the last overall team to clinch a playoff spot. They weren't the last team to clinch the 8th seed spot because the East had some questions. But they were the last overall team to get into the playoffs in the NBA. They had a 36-30 overall record, 11-22 away, and that's what really killed them this season and kept them from being a better overall team. And then you have the Spurs, who were 50-16, 28-5 at home, and quietly for the second straight year got the number 1 seed in the West. Now, I don't think that they're the best team in the West. I thought that the Thunder and the Grizzlies are a better team, and I think that the Lakers can play with the Spurs. I don't know if those two teams met. I think it would be a very interesting series. All that being said, Game 1 today, Spurs take 106-91. The Jazz were with it in the first half, but in the second half, I mean, Stephen A. Smith said it prior to the game. He said, look, I don't think there's any questions about whether the Spurs are a better team, but the Jazz are like a fun team to watch. They're going to have to grind these games out, and that's what they did in the first half, and ultimately talent prevailed in the second half. Let's go through some of the stats. On the Utah side, starting at small forward, Josh Howard had 0 points, 0-4 from the field, but he only had 16 total minutes. Paul Millsap had a big game, 8-14, 4-6 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 4 of them on the offensive side. That's huge. 20 points and 3 blocks. Did turn the ball over 3 times. Al Jefferson, 8-16 today in 32 minutes, 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Devin Harris, he didn't play awful in the first half, but in that second half, he really just went down the drain. 3 of 9 total shooting, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, 7 points, 3 overall rebounds, 2 assists. But the thing that was really crucial was those 5 turnovers that he had. The Jazz have to play almost a perfect game. They're going to have to get into that half-court offense and slow the game down. And if they do that, then they maybe have a chance to win a few games in this series. And I think that that's what you hope for if you're the Utah Jazz, because the chances of them really winning this series are not very good. And then Gordon Hayward in 37 minutes, 2 of 6, 12 of 12 from the line. That was huge. But overall, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, 17 points. Pretty much all his points came from the free throw line. And they're going to need to continue to get to the free throw line, but Gordon Hayward overall is going to have to shoot better from the field. Off the bench, Jamal Tinsley had 9 points in 20 minutes. Derek Favors, who was once a really bright prospect, had 7 points in 26 minutes. So that's pretty much what you get out of the Jazz side. And then the San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan had 17 points in 31 minutes, 7-14 from the field, so he shot 50%. Nice game. 3 of 5 from the line, 7 rebounds, 4 offensively, and 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Not that far off if you got the assists up from a triple-double and only turned it over 2 times. Boris Diaw in 26 minutes shot 4 of 5 with 9 points. Kawhi Leonard had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Also had 2 steals. And then Tony Parker, MVP candidate, had a big game. Shot just over 50%, 10-19, 8-10 from the line, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Really, people, when you talk about the elite point guards in the NBA, everyone mentions Deron Williams, Chris Paul, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. I'm missing someone key, Rajon Rondo. But Tony Parker's been right in that mix this season. And in a lot of cases, he's been better because he's been able to stay healthy. And he's been very crucial to this team, who Tim Duncan's had an inconsistent season. Manu Ginobili's dealt with some injuries. And he's really been the one constant. Steven Jackson, who they got back at the deadline, had 14 points. Manu Ginobili had 7. Matt Bonner added 9. They're going to need a better performance from Manu, but overall they played pretty well. DeJuan Blair, 5 points. Gary Neal, 4. And overall, I think that this should be a 5 or 6 game series for the Spurs. I will be back to preview to recap the Lakers and Nuggets game, which is going on right now, as I'm watching the Phillies and the Flyers all at the same time. So I am here covering it all for you tonight. The only game that I won't be able to cover is the Grizzlies and the Clippers, because that's at 9:30 start time. I have school in the morning, then I'm going to the Phillies game tomorrow night, so I'm just really busy tomorrow. So I'm not going to have time to recap that one, but I will recap every other playoff game this weekend and as many as I can during the week and as the NBA season or the NBA playoffs continue to go along.